Hey guys, it's Chris from Smithy Finance, and this is your market update for June 4th, 2025. So, not a lot going on today. The markets are generally flat. Bitcoin's down at 105 even. We've got copper hitting 490, so that's kind of cool. Oil, which had been up earlier, is down 40 cents, so no big deal. But there's a few things I wanted to talk to you about that I was going to say yesterday and forgot, and let's get into it today. I'll make this pretty short. Um, First of all, just to recap me, and in case you're new to the channel, and I haven't said anything about this since my very first video. So I've got 41 years of experience in the market. I spent my first year and a half on the floor of the Toronto Stock Exchange. I was then a stockbroker for 15 years. And starting the year 2000, actually the very end of 99, I became a trader from home, and I've been trading my own money for 25 years now. And through all of that, I have seen everything. And let me tell you, to become a good trader, it took me 15 years before I started making money consistently in the market. So it's a long time, and that's with a lot of clients. So you can actually multiply that, because I had 300 clients and we were doing trades and taking positions all the time. So I have been through a lot, seen a lot, crashes, recoveries, bull markets, bear markets, you name it, I've been there. So I think I provide some pretty good value here. I have no inside information. I'm just going by the same things you're looking at, and I've learned some people to listen to over the years, but it's all public information. I'm not talking to the CEO of a company who's whispering in my ear. There's none of that. I'm looking at the numbers raw, and have learned how to interpret things through all this experience, massive experience, 100,000 hours probably in the market, and it's a passion of mine. So, you know, I would say that if you're new to the game, and when I say new to the game, within 15 or 20 years of trading, there's probably some value here. Now, listen, I do talk about my own positions, but your buying or not buying of them makes zero difference to me. We're very small compared to the overall market, and I really don't care if you buy my stuff or not. It's just a way of me showing you how I trade actual stocks and actual movements on a day-to-day basis. And I should say that I'm a risk taker. Almost everything I own, I'm hoping will go multiples, or my plan is they'll go multiples. I have a few more conservative positions in my my registered retirement plan, but very few. Most of that is juiced for huge gains, and I've had huge gains over the years, with some pretty solid big drawdowns along the way. But if you want big returns, you got to take some risk, and you've got to play the game properly. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. So let's get on to a few things. So Reddit, RDDT, I talked about this a few weeks ago, and its title, one of my videos, was buy the downgrade, sell the upgrade. And I specifically talked about Reddit on that day when Reddit was getting hit pretty hard. And it had hit 130 or 140 in the days prior. It was already coming down. It was maybe 112 on that day of the downgrade. And I had bids all in all along the way. I was buying it. I started buying it at 120 on the way down, and then the downgrade came. I bought some at 105. Let's say I bought 50 shares at 105. Let's say I bought 100 shares at 100 even, and let's say I bought 150 at 95. It did hit 95. I did buy it at 95, and you notice that I'm buying more as the price goes down. And here we are today. I don't know. It's 118 last I looked. Maybe it's a little higher. So the day of the downgrade, the bots come in and they just sell the stock. It's almost indiscriminate. It's a sell, whether it's at 110 or 95. It makes no sense. But that's the advantage we have. So as I said, now it's 118. I haven't sold any yet. I'll probably sell my first Reddit at, call it 130, but I won't sell much. It'll be less than 10% of my position, And then because I think Reddit can go a long way, but I don't know that. So I sell into some strength and I buy into some weakness, and I do that with all the stocks. So you don't have to do the stocks that I'm doing, but all stocks have their volatility and their chop, as I call it. And as a trader, it's your job to take advantage of the chop, but not to lose your entire position. We sell little bits along the way. And just like when I bought it, it was, 50, 100, 150. When you sell, I might just sell 10 shares or 15 shares and then 20 and then 30 and then 50. And then, as it gets higher and higher, I'm selling, the bulk of my position. So this is how the game works. Yesterday, there was an announcement on uranium in the morning. The uranium stocks all ran big. And if you look at their charts, look at Energy Fuels, for example, but it's true with all the uranium stocks. Energy Fuels seems to be more volatile for some reason. Anyway, EFR on Toronto, UUUU in the US. Look at that chart. It had been down for months and months, and then we had a spike up and then right back down. And then we had the announcement yesterday, and Energy Fuels was up 15%. Big move. I am always on both sides of these stocks, and I sold some yesterday. I sold some last week on the first bump. I bought some back on the retracement. I sold some yesterday on the bump, and I've got offers all the way up right now. So that's uranium. What do you buy now? Where is there opportunity? Now, I talked about the Ivanhoe IVN. That's like 10 and a half, 1060 right now. I think that's a buy. But look, this is me again. I'm just talking my own situation. Do your own work. That's actually really important. That's part of learning how to be a trader, is to do your own work. Go look at the chart. Go read the last press releases. Look at their financial statement. Look at the balance sheet. How's their cash? These are, it's not for free, man. You got to do your own work out there and know what you're buying. That is the secret. Know what you're buying. You can't just listen to me. This channel's not doing all that great. I might just stop at some point. So you don't want to just blindly buy my stuff or anybody else's stuff without doing your own work, because who knows, they may disappear or die or have a heart attack or just become uninterested. So that's a really important lesson. Okay, you got to do your own work, make your own decisions. So it's at 10 and a half. It had been 20 plus. They have a problem right now. They're trying to fix it. It's going to take a while. So I don't know how soon this thing's going to recover, but you buy a little now. If it gets weaker, you buy more. And if we do get the resolution of the problem, the stock should have 50% in it from the bottom, no problem. And this is how you play the game long term. I'm very bullish on copper. And Ivanhoe is one of the biggest copper producers in the world. And I think the stock goes many multiples of where it is today. And a double just takes it back to where it was, I don't know, last summer or last fall. So what else? Lithium stocks have been pounded. And I have talked about it. Sigma Lithium, SGML has just been smoked. I think it's been down, I don't know, 14 of the last 15 days or 12 or 13, but down a lot. And the price of lithium has come down 90% or thereabouts. So lithium's used in batteries, particularly for electric cars. And there was a lot of excitement, and it built up a lot, and more producers came on, and now there's too much lithium and not enough electric cars being sold, and here we are. But it's really been pasted. So maybe not buy it now, but maybe you buy a titch, buy a little bit. That keeps your interest up, and you keep following it. But it's really on its ass. But it can go lower. Okay, it can go lower, and this is something you have to know. I'm not always right. You know that if you've been watching me. I've had some some stocks that don't move, and I've said trading is messy, right? So, but that's one. And of course, the oils. The oils have not done well. They've recovered off the bottom. I mentioned yesterday I sold a little Baytex below my average cost, but above my lowest price. And wouldn't you know it, started a little higher today, and then some news came out, and all the oils got hit. So it's a dime lower than where I sold it, a few thousand shares. Haven't bought it back yet, but I will. Goes a little bit lower, I'm going to buy it back and then replace another offer up above. So this is, listen, this is how we play the game. It takes time. You have to be willing to learn the game and to do it properly, so that as you get more mature, as you've got more assets, you can play it for all it's worth. Let's press when things are good. You really want to press and make some money when the sun is shining. And when things are crappy, you've got to quietly go in and accumulate a little bit of these stocks. Okay, 10 minutes in, that's a little longer than I thought, but I hope this is